The electricity grid has been restored, but getting to full feeder capacity is still slow. Some parts of the country have witnessed gradual restoration of electricity, while others are yet to have power. The progress of electricity distribution is currently moving slowly, with the Shiroro Substation partly restored to supply power to the Katampe substation. The Transmission Company of Nigeria had announced that the nationwide blackout experienced on Monday was caused by organized labor's planned strike, leading to the forceful shutdown of the national grid. For more updates, I'm joined by a partner, Energy and Natural Resources Group, Martin Zaroge. Mr. Zaroge, thank you for joining us on the news. Help us understand why it's taken so long. It was switched off, right? The average Nigerian thinks it's as easy as just switching it on back. What's happening?
Thank you very much for having me on the show. Unfortunately, it is not that easy. It's very different from the switch that we have in our homes, where if there is power, you turn on the switch and the light comes on. This is an agglomeration of several components that need to also strike what we call an electrical balance. So yes, it will take some time to be able to achieve that equilibrium and have the right load on the transmission grid, and then you then begin to power all of the stations and bring them back online. But that's not something that you can do immediately, especially given how it was shut down. So yes, it will take a bit of time for us to be able to have all of the systems up and running.
How long are you talking about?
Ordinarily, it should be up and running within 24 hours.
So do you think that this conversation, for instance, is going to last? This strike was suspended for just about 7 days. Do you think it should be that easy for people to shut down, the national grid? I spoke earlier with the president of the National Union of Electricity Workers, who said they didn't shut it down. They just, withdrew their services.
Anyway, without getting into the politics of the labor strike, and all of it, I think one thing that everyone has consistently talked about is whether we should even have a national grid in the way and manner in which we currently have it. And that's one of the things that the Electricity Amendment Act also sought to address in terms of decentralizing the grid and ensuring that everyone in their own small area can also build what we call a mini grid and be responsible for power generation and distribution within their own sub-franchise areas. So I think that's an ongoing conversation. Issues like this tend to also bring those conversations to the fore, whether Nigeria can continue to operate with a central grid where one activity or one action cripples the entire country and we no longer have power. So I think that's more critical in terms of it may not necessarily be a labor strike. We've seen instances where the grid has gone down and there's been nationwide blackout that haven't been triggered by a labor strike. So I think the fundamental question is how can we decentralize the grid in a way and manner where the entire country is not that connected and one action or one activity sends the entire country into total blackout.
Martin Zaroge is partner, Energy and Natural Resources. Thank you so much for talking to us on the news tonight.
You're welcome.